Hi there, my name is Seth West, and what do you think whenever you hear the word achievements, or goals, or even getting an award? Most people may say that, getting your graduation, going through graduation, or even getting your first job, or even getting your dream job. Depends on how you look at it. Well, when I think of achievements or getting an award, I think of how I achieved Eagle Scout through the Boy Scouts of America. Now, when I first started Boy Scouts, I was about 12 years old. I was in 6th grade. And it took me about 4 years to complete. So when I was 16, I was able to get to reach Eagle Scout. And when I first started, it was going to be a lot of fun. That's what my first thought was. And it was. I got to learn about how to hike, how to row, how to shoot guns, archery, building fires, and tasks you can use on day-to-day life. But not only did we learn about all the fun stuff, we got to learn about safety as well, which is a very important thing when it comes down to it. How to build fires correctly, when it's safe to be around fires, what not to burn, making sure that everything near the fire that's supposed to be burning is burning, and what's not supposed to be burning is not. We also learned the proper ways to use knives, how to safely store them, keeping them out of reach of people that shouldn't have them, and how to sharpen them correctly and make sure we don't hurt ourselves. And we did the same thing with axes and chainsaws. Just interesting stuff that you could use on day-to-day life. All the dangerous stuff. Now, we learned a lot, but we also contributed a lot to our community. We would like to go out to, there's a park in my town that's known as Wabash Trails, and we would go out and we would ask the park rangers if there was anything that they needed help cleaning up. Trails, picking up trash, stacking wood, anything that they would need help with. Well, most of the time they would say they need trails cleared because when it rains, it pours, but most of the tree branches would fall off, or leaves, dirt, rocks would be in the way, they'd be moved in the way, and when you're hiking, you got to be safe. You got to make sure you're on the path, and you want to make sure that you're not going to trip over anything. So we would help clear paths, and we would move tree limbs and rocks and all that kind of stuff out of the way to make it safe for everybody to use. Now, there was some things that we had to learn, and those were, for example, like life-saving in the water as like a lifeguard kind of would. Just simple tasks, like if your boat was going to sink, how you would get out of it, and how you would, manage to get on land if you couldn't swim. Just different things if you didn't have a life vest. We also learned about different cultures, not only in our community, but around the world. And a lot of people don't get to learn about that, different cultures. One of our big cultures we learned about in this community was Indians. A lot of Boy Scout stuff is kind of related to Indians. But some stuff that we got to learn, not very many people got to. How to camp. Not very many people get the opportunity to go camping. And they miss out on a lot of things. And after those 4 years, I was able to achieve Eagle Scout through all the merit badges, which are what those skills are called, which there's some required, and there's some that are not, that you have to do. But you have to do a certain amount. So if there was 20 that were required, you had to do all 20, and then if there were 20 that were not required, you could choose from about a couple hundred or a couple thousand probably different merit badges to choose from to complete your Eagle Scout. And then at the very end, you get to do a project and to help your community out, but it had to be a big project. And the big project that I did was I redid a structure or shelter, however you want to say it, in one of our local parks. And we stripped it down to the bare minimum. We put on new roofing and painted it, and it looks great. But after those 4 years, I was able to accomplish skills that I still get to use on in everyday life.